Jewish people around the world will gather around the menorah tonight for the first night of Hanukkah. But the holiday comes as the community is shaken by a global surge in anti-Semitism and as the war between Israel and Hamas rages on. Emily Taylor joins us live in the newsroom with more. Emily.
Matt, well, Hanukkah is usually a festive and joyful time of year for Jewish people around the world. This year, the war between Israel and Hamas, as well as the 130 Hamas-held hostages, are weighing heavy on the minds of many. Jewish leaders in Germany lit the first candle of a 10-meter-tall menorah in the public square this evening.
At its core, Hanukkah celebrates bringing light where there is darkness and the triumph of freedom.
The tradition began around the 2nd century BCE, when Jewish soldiers reclaimed land in Jerusalem after a war.
They found only one vial of oil for the lamps, and it was only enough to light for one night, for one day. But miracle of miracles, it lasted for 8 days.
That created the tradition of lighting one candle on the menorah each night for 8 days.
We'll be gathering together to light candle in the window as a family, and there will likely be 1 or 2 donuts consumed. It's a tradition to eat fried foods for the holiday.
But this year, the holiday comes as the Jewish community has been shaken by a rise of anti-Semitism around the world, as the war between Israel and Hamas heads into its 3rd month.
And in this year, where unfortunately the world has been shocked by the terrible atrocities that happened on the 7th of October in Israel, the message is loud and clear that we will all stand up together for more love and more light and more tolerance.
The German rabbi says more security guards were brought in for the public celebration than in previous years. Just a few weeks earlier, in the same city, a synagogue was attacked with a Molotov cocktail. Closer to home, a Jewish community center, school, and synagogue, all in Montreal, have been targeted in the past 2 months.
So you'll see a lot of menorahs out in public or in people's windows because it's important not just to have freedoms in private, but publicly, to be able to publicly be who we are and be free. And unfortunately, that's more now perhaps than ever, given the spike in anti-Jewish hate crime that we're experiencing.
Most years, Hanukkah is pure joy. This year it comes with so much mixed emotion. There is grief, there is fear, there is not knowing what will be. And I'll be honest and say there's also disappointment, because we believe that Canada should be a place where there is no hate.
Prime Minister Justin Trudeau today echoed the sentiment.
I want to be clear. Our government stands with you. We will never accept any form of anti-Semitism or hatred, and we will always speak up for Israel's right to exist and right to defend itself.
As the war passes the 2-month mark, more than 130 hostages remain in Hamas captivity. The Israeli Defense Force released a video today saying they continue to fight for their release.
So tonight, all those who celebrate will light the first Hanukkah candle, serving as a beacon of hope, illuminating the path for our hostages' safe return.
There's more than 100 people who will not be able to celebrate the holiday with their families like I will be able to here in Toronto. They're going to be spending their holiday in darkness. And as Jewish people light their menorah all across the city, all across the country, we're going to have them in mind. We're going to be trying to bring a little extra light because they won't be able to.
The Ontario government also announced today they're going to be adding extra funding to the anti-hate grant to try and combat anti-Semitism and Islamophobia. Now they're adding $20.5 million extra.